Hi, beautiful souls, and welcome to another episode of Unicorns Do Exist. I am your host, Vanessa, and today I wanted to talk about something that I didn't even know I did this until my friend called me out on it. And I've noticed that throughout my life, people have mentioned, like, oh, like you're just so, I don't want to say confident because confidence is something I feel like I built, but I would say picky. People call it picky, people call it bougie, people call it, you can call it many different things. But I think it's a sense of like just knowing yourself, what you like, what you don't like, and not letting things sway you left or right. I'm not saying don't try anything or be rigid. I've tried many things, but once I know what I like, I just know what I like. Not only that, once you know who you are, it's a little harder for people to derail you from your standards. Obviously, after leaving my partner for 9.5 years, for the reasons I did or for the reasons that I felt were enough for me to move on, there's sometimes where I hear other crazy stories where wives or women stay. And I do question, sometimes when you're obviously sad and you're going through it, you're like, oh my God, was I too rigid? Or was I too quick to leave? Or, ¿por qué no aguanté? Kind of thing. Like, I'm like, Vanessa, why don't you just like shut up and take it? And I realized, well, when I'm sad, that's what my mind wants to tell me. But then I remember my real voice, who I truly am, what I want in life and my standards. And then I'm like, well, no, these women, you're not these women. And if that's what they believe they deserve, then that's on them, not on me. And it's a constant back and forth because don't get me wrong, there's days where who doesn't miss their partner of 10 years? Like, you're going to miss them. It's natural. It's normal. It doesn't necessarily mean you want to go back. So with that being said, the topic of knowing yourself as a woman and knowing the energy that you bring to the table is so important. And I don't want it to be confused with like soft feminine energy. We all have that. We all, as women, you are that. You can't go around it. Even if you are, for example, with like a masculine woman looking, or you identify as masculine or they, them. The fact that you're a woman, and even men have a little bit of estrogen in their body, which allows them to love and be loving. And so especially women have a lot more of that loving nature, okay? If you're a psychopath, doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, you're just not going to have this. If you're narcissistic, doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, it's just not something, it's not going to be one of your strong suits, okay? But we all have it. And it's a beautiful thing. It would allow us to connect, to show emotion, to feel. And so that's what sparked this topic. And so this is where the topic came from. We were at the bar with my sister, and somebody wants to be like, hey, let me buy you a drink. They ordered me a drink. I'm like, thank you so much. What would you like? I said, and obviously sometimes I forget myself, and I'm guilty of it. I'm like, oh, just 2 tequila soda. That's my drink my to-go drink. Tequila soda with 2 limes. Or tequila soda with a lemon and a lime. You know, I like to mix it up. So I ordered the tequila soda. They hand it to me. I take a sip, and right away I can tell that the tequila is not the type I order. So it's neither not añejo or like a good tequila. It's a well tequila, like whatever they are serving. And I don't want to be rude and I don't want to be mean, but I know myself and I know I will not drink that. And so I say, oh, thank you so much. I take the drink. I put it to the side. I just hold on to it. And then I tell my baby sister, hey, I know this person's ordering these, but can you do me a favor? Can you order me separately? Like, I don't want to be rude, but can you order me a Fortaleza con agua mineral? So that's the type of tequila that I like. Or añejo, something. And so my sister's like, oh, that's fine. She's like, what happened to that one? And I was like, no, it's, and she looks at me and I look at her and she automatically knows like, oh, okay, I get it. Like, we see eye to eye. And so she's like, okay, cool. And then I don't know, she's like, well, give me that one. I'll hold it because she was by the bar. And then And this is what I mean. Like, I'm not saying be rude and like, ew, this is gross and throw a fit. No, I'm just saying like, be true to yourself. And if you know what you like and you have a standard for it, just because it's free doesn't mean you have to take it. Just because it's free doesn't mean not everything is free. Everything comes with a consequence. So I love myself enough to know that, hey, this is going to make me sick if I drink it. I will just say thank you and buy my own drink. I don't believe in being rude. I don't believe in being disrespectful. I don't believe in being like flashy or any of that stuff. But I do understand the internal self-concept of I know what I like and I know what I deserve and this is it. And if someone else is okay with receiving that, then that's up to them. Can't be worried about them. I'm worried about me, myself, and I. So that's kind of where the topic of this came up. And it's like, okay, let me look more into how do I show up as a high valued woman? Not something that comes easy. I love to have fun, don't get me wrong. But knowing the difference between just I go for whatever and what makes me a high value woman. And I think growing up, my mother showed me very, very well the difference between the two. Because same thing. Where do you think I learned how to drink tequila? My mom and dad. I mentioned this before, and same. My mom wouldn't drink just any tequila. My dad wouldn't drink just any alcohol. I learned this from them. Little did I know that their way of teaching me standards was just in different aspects. Things that normally sometimes you don't really think of. But they were there. So my mom would rather spend a little more and buy a little less to have something that is a better quality versus just getting the cheapest thing that she could simply because it was cheap and would do the job. And they said, el que compra barato, compra cada rato. So no matter the amount of money we made or the amount of money my parents made, they always had standards where people thought, oh, they make good money or they must be rich or stuff like that. But it wasn't the money. It was the way they valued and saw themselves that they spent on themselves. So if my dad wanted something, he'd be like, agárralo. Especially when it came to like going out and eating and adventures and like traveling to Mexico. Like we would go once a year. I don't know how they did it. But they would make it a point. Like we are going to go. Because that was important to them. So the difference between feminine energy, which is just, we all have it. The world taught women to be nice, quiet, and agreeable. But the truth is, real feminine power isn't found in politeness. It's found in your truth, in your boundaries, in your silence, and your ability to walk away without explaining. Dark feminine energy isn't evil. She's just a side of you that's been buried under guilt, people-pleasing, and fear of being too much. And if you know me, I love being too much. Well, I'm learning to love how to be too much. And I've noticed when that happens, more people are attracted to it somehow. I don't know. Anyway, so what exactly is dark feminine energy? So the way I like to see it is your raw self, the unfiltered magnetic energies, the shadow side of the goddess. So like goddess is pure, beautiful, elegant, shows up very, I don't want to say meek, but very pure. Well, the dark side of that, a little bit of the shadow side. In ancient Egypt, she was known as the lioness, the goddess of fire, destruction, and healing. In Greek mythology, she was the keeper of intuition, transformation, and mystery. In you, she's a version of yourself who sets standards, walks away, and chooses peace over approval. She's not your villain. She's your protector and your power. So not necessarily evil, not necessarily revengeful, just protected of your peace and your power, your mind. So light feminine energy is more of a nurturing, giving, Mother Teresa sort of thing, like the mom version. When it comes to the dark feminine energy, it's more magnetic, mysterious, confident. So when it comes to light feminine energy, you would be more like empathetic, compassionate, kind of like slow down, calm, surrender, love. Everything you do when you get home and you're with your partner, you feel safe, protected, you can turn into that light feminine energy where it's like, I can hand over being taken care of kind of thing. You know, you give in, you choose love. Where dark feminine energy is more of a magnetic, mysterious, confident type. You have boundaries. You have self-respect. You're like, this is how it's going to be. This is what I want. And thank you for respecting it. If not, bye. So it's a little more powerful. It's seductive. You might be the aggressor, starting the connection. And you prefer truth over love. Like, yes, I love you, but I'm going to tell you the truth, whether it hurts or whether it doesn't. The goal is to entangle these two together. You don't have to choose between one or the other, but embodying them is what makes you more powerful. There's some women that are all about, oh, come save me. But that's not always the case. You can't always be the damsel in distress that needs saving. Sometimes, girl, we got to save ourselves. So how to step into your dark feminine energy? Heal the fear of being seen. Meaning, when people say you're too much, they're just not enough for you. So stop shrinking. You can attract abundance of love while hiding. If you're afraid to say the truth to your partner, then maybe that's not the right partner for you. Because your partner, your ride or die, will understand where you're coming from, respect what you have to say, and figure it out. Make it work. Like, let's talk about it. Okay, this is an uncomfortable conversation, but let's talk about it. You have to own your desires without guilt. I felt so guilty thinking, oh my God, I am attracted to a man. But it was the same thing when I was coming out. I was like, oh my God, why do I feel so guilty having feelings for a woman? I was just afraid of owning my desires. Like, this is what I need right now. This is what my body wants. This is what my mind wants. Why should I feel guilty? Simply because other people don't understand it? It's not up to them to understand. It's up to me. Because I need to save me. I was in a place where I have to make me come out of this postpartum depression and this breakup on my own. As much as people are around you and they're there to support you and guide you and hold your hand or your hair while you're throwing up. No, I don't really throw up when I drink. Yeah, no, it hasn't happened. But at least not since me dejaron. But yeah, owning your own desires, owning your own wants and needs, and not feeling ashamed. As long as you're not hurting anyone, once again, always with respect. Stop over-explaining. Oh my God, this was such a tough thing for me to do because I was such a, let's talk about it. Well, let me tell you what happened. Let me explain to you. It was my own insecurity and my negative beliefs that I wasn't worthy that made this happen over and over and over for me. And the moment I was like, if you don't like it, then I don't know what to tell you and if you don't understand it, I don't know what to tell you. Go figure it out because I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not your mother. I don't want to be your mother. I never wanted to be your mother. I'm just not doing it. It was like a weight lifted off your shoulders. Like, I'm no longer responsible for these feelings or these people, pretty much. It's like when they say no is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence. That is something I had to, one, learn how to say no. Two, once I said no, stay quiet. Because I would say no and try to tell you a lie of why I couldn't. It's like, look, now I'm hurting myself by lying. Simple. No. End of story. Embodying your energy. Got it right. Men's, slow down. Also guilty of it. I was always rushing, running up and down, never enough time. I always felt like I was behind. Even though I had nothing to do, but I woke up late and felt so guilty with myself. I was like, I shouldn't have slept in. Yet I had nothing to do. So why make myself feel guilty? Why give it that meaning when there was nothing wrong? I did nothing wrong. And so allowing myself to take my time. Now I might take too much time getting ready. I've been trying to speed that process up a little because I do find myself taking a little too long to get ready for, lunch. Also not a good thing. But embodying your energy, giving yourself permission to speak with intention, hold eye contact. You're not seeking, you're allowing. So don't be afraid to look someone in the eyes and allow them to see you for who you are. I used to put my hand in my face all the time, especially when I spoke. Or at work, they would always tell me, Vanessa, you need to slow down. People don't understand what you're saying. And it sounds like you're not even confident in what you're saying. But it was that anxiety of oh my God, am I doing something wrong? Or am I correct? Or do I even know what I'm talking about? So learning to say what you mean and mean what you say. And say it in a way that they will be able to understand you. And there's no question to your statement. Not maybe we can get it done. Well, I will let you know when and if we can get it done. Or what's the term of this? What's the term of the loan? And I would be 60? I didn't even, they're going to be well, is it 60 or not? The term is 60 months. The confidence was in there. That's when they say they know by the way you speak if you know your shit. And even if you do know your shit, there's a lot of people that know their shit. It's just a matter of practicing and speaking with conviction, slowing down. Like I said, I'm very guilty of all of these. But I had to develop them. They're there. They're within every single one of us. It's just a matter of developing them. Same thing like boundaries equal magnetism. When you say no, you create space for everything that actually is meant for you. When you say no to no thank you, this isn't for me, I create space for what is for me. So what makes a high value woman? One, they take care of themselves, they work out. I'm not saying that they're super fit or skinny. I'm saying they work out for themselves. You work out because you know it's good for your body. You work out because you know it's going to make you a better person. You work out because it's a habit that trickles to the rest of your day. So that is one of the habits that high value women do. Regardless if it's dark or feminine. You can go dark and go CrossFit, or you can go soft and go Pilates, ballet, yoga. You want to go in between, do hot yoga. It's a little intense, yet a little soothing and calming. So a dark feminine edition of this would be a high value woman knows her standards and doesn't lower them for attention or out of pity. She lets others earn her energy. You don't just hang out with anyone because they asked you. I'm learning this whole dating thing. And I've noticed myself, this is something I do. If you can't see me on a Wednesday or a Thursday, then we're probably not going to hang out, first of all. If I just talk to you today and you want to go out today, it's not going to happen. Even if I have nothing to do, it's just not going to happen because I don't believe in, I don't know, I feel like it's a little too, sounds desperate. Especially if you're a guy and you just started talking to someone and you're like, do you want to go to the movies? And I was like, do you even know my last name? It's do you even know anything about me besides my name? Probably not. And you're ready to drop everything and run? Do you not have a job? Do you I don't know. It just doesn't look right. Especially in women, if the man does this, it's a habit of theirs. And if they do it with you, they probably do it with anybody. Because for you to just give up your evening for me with you just met me, you don't even know anything about me, what makes me think that you don't do that for other women? Or if I talked to another person and right away they were sending pictures of their kids and I'm just okay, yeah, this isn't going to work out. Thank you, though. Like, I appreciate the confidence in me, but that doesn't make me feel confident in you. She's emotionally intelligent and unbothered. Meaning, when a guy says, oh my God, I've never felt this way before, and you're 38, 40, 42, why haven't you felt that way before? What's wrong with you? Or, oh my God, I've never loved someone so much, and you have kids? So what, do you just have kids with anybody? Like, those are things that they might sound beautiful, and to a woman that's never been told, I love you before, or I'm in love with you, or it's a beautiful thing to hear, but like how soon they say it and the way they say it is more important than what they're actually saying. Or like, oh my God, I've never been insecure before. Like, who are you talking to? Or are you talking to anybody else? And you've literally been probably like dating for a month. That's, first of all, they're not lying. They probably are insecure. And they're probably insecure with everybody, not just you. So, ladies, just watch out for these. I had a guy tell me, like, I think I love you. And I'm like, I talked to you for 3 days. Or I think I'm in love with you. I'm like, yeah, this is one, you probably say this to everybody. 2, you're not in love with me. You probably don't even know what love is. That's what it gives. That's what it gives to me when men say that, like 3 days later. Do I believe in love at first sight? Yes. But just keep that to yourself. And maybe tell them 6 months in. Once you've gotten to know them really. Who they are, what they're about, what their goals are, what they want out of life. Because you can't be in love with someone who you don't even know their goals, aspirations, dreams, like, not real. You're not performing, you're being. Like, you're not giving people a show just so that they look at you. When I was younger, a lot of girls would just make out with girls. Like, oh, you like girls? Yeah. And they're like, let me see, make out with her. And I was like, excuse you? First of all, what guys were a lot more, I think guys are still the same level of intelligence. They were just allowed to say these things more often in public. But they would say that all the time. Oh, let me see, make out with her. Excuse you? I'm not here for your amusement. I'm not performing. I am. If you believe me, that's great. If you don't, that's, oh, you're not gay. You're not making out with her. Okay. I don't understand how men thought these phrases made any sense in their brains, but hey, that's what I mean with it. I'm not going to just do something because you don't believe that I am or not. First of all, that's not my problem, what you believe about me. Second of all, if I feel like it, I will do it because I want to. I'm living my life on my terms. And it could be different things like, oh, something as easy as like, oh, you're not going to take the shot that I bought you? No, I'm not. Oh, but I bought it for you. That's rude. And I was like, first, thank you. However, I didn't ask you to buy it for me. I don't have to do something you want me to do just to do it. And I'm pretty sure you can find someone else that will take it. Or you can take it. Your friend can take it. I'm not doing it just because you want me to do it. If I say, hey, I want a shot, I will go a shot myself. If I say, hey, I want a shot, and then you want to pay for my shot, that's a different story. I started it. I want this. Like I said, there's no need to be rude about it. Very politely, I always say thank you so much. However, this is just not for me. I had a guy, we were playing pool, and he just kept like, I don't want to say, like, he just kept asking questions, and it would be like, oh, so do you want to hang out with me tomorrow? I was like, no, I don't even know his name to now, I don't remember. I'm sure he said it eventually, but, oh, let me buy you a drink. What are you drinking? By the time, my friend was drinking more than I was, so I was like, no, I'm good. I'm okay. Oh, come on, I'll get you whatever you want. I was like, no, thank you. I believe you can buy me whatever I want. I just don't want it. And then he'd come back and he'd be like, oh, you're just your energy, like something about you. And I was like, I thank you. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Oh, I know a lot of people around here. And I was like, once again, that's great. But like, I'm just here with my friend. Like, I don't really want to And then I felt real bad because his breath smelled so bad. And I just didn't want to say this. I didn't want to say it, but we were there for, I think, almost an hour. And he just kept going and kept going. And then he kept getting closer to my face and closer to my face, to the point I was like, oh my God, sir, your breath smells really bad. And I don't know what else to say to you for you to get the hint to like leave. Thank God that by then my friend and I were leaving, because I think that was it. I saw it in his face when he was just like, I was trying my best not to be rude. I was trying my best, said no maybe 10,000 times. And so, guys, if they tell you no 3 times, I think that's the key. Not every girl has to say yes. First of all, not every girl is for you. I'm sure there's thousands of other girls out there that would love to hang out with him. That to them, that's not a problem. That to them, they love that they can buy whatever, and they love that they know a bunch of people, and they don't care what their breath smells like. Perfect. That is just not for me. Sorry, I got a little off track. And that's okay. That is okay, because what is for me will eventually come. What is for me, I will know when it is. And there's no need to rush it. Like, I'm not missing anything or anyone. I'm completely whole as a human, as a woman. And that's when I realized that myself, it's like, okay, now I'm ready to date. Now I'm ready to talk to somebody. Now I'm ready to even open myself up for a potential person to talk to or go on a date. I'm not saying I'm looking for marriage. I am not looking for marriage. I have to get divorced first. But it's just an awareness of me, myself, and I. And ladies, if you feel like you're missing something, you're not going to find it on another man. You're not going to find it in a partner. You're going to find it inside you. That's where it is. That's where it lies. Whatever it is you feel like you're missing, it's in there. And if you're saying, oh, I'm just missing a partner. No, you're not. You're missing self-love. There's a part of you that you haven't gotten to love yet. And until you do that, everyone you talk to, no matter who you talk to, let me rephrase that. Until you do that, no matter who you talk to, it's not going to be filled. You might mask it for a while, but then you're going to get it back. You might mask it for 3 or 4 months, and then you're going to feel it again. That is not dark feminine energy. That is self-sabotage. That is that's you thinking you're undeserving or unworthy. She moves with intention, not urgency. Do things for yourself and do it at your own pace. I have a friend who, she's very talented and has a beautiful senaduría. Oh, which if you've ever been to her Noche de Despecho, you've probably seen me there. They're amazing. They're fun. They are literally like a must. I can't wait for the next one. But, there was a little hiccup. And because she has her dark feminine energy very aware, she knows that rejection is just redirection. No need to panic. No need to be scarce. Think of scarcity like, oh my God, I have to do so many things. So she moves with intention, not urgency. So many people are saying, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go here, you need to go that. And when she asks me like, hey, what should I do? And I say, I can tell you what I think sounds good, but only you yourself inside you knows the next big step, the next course of action. And I love that so many people are reaching out and trying to help, because that's what they do. They try to help. It's a beautiful thing, but only you know what is best for you. So take a minute to yourself, breathe, let it go, and ask yourself, what is my next move? And yeah, she took about, I think, a couple weeks off, just trying not to deal with it, letting it all settle, like taking in all the advice and making a decision from there. And honestly, I thought that was like, I was impressed. I was like, damn, girl, like, I think I would have panicked a little more. But the fact that you're able to come back to a happy state and just know exactly what to do next is just, it's beautiful. And not only that, the universe is going to respect that so much more when you say, I'd rather wait for this one thing, show it to me. it's going to be 10 times better than if you just rush it and hurry up and then go with the first thing that you see simply because you saw it. Sometimes it's just God testing you to see if you really want what you really want and if you know what you want. The quickest thing to come about is not always the best thing. Sometimes saying, I'm going to wait for the next, I'm going to wait a little bit because this might be good, but it doesn't feel like it. I'm just going to wait a little bit. And right around the corner is like the magical, huge, perfect, fitting, all your dreams come true solution. And that's what embodying your dark feminine energy, knowing to move with intention and not urgency, comes to play. And the last one would just be seeing rejection as a redirection, never a reflection of your own worth. Never. This has happened to me many times. From getting fired, this is just redirection. I was going down the wrong path that I needed a big push to go on the right one or a little one. It could be different things. But for me, I could have seen my breakup as the end of my life. And I could have seen my breakup as so many like devastating things, or turn around and hate the person. I do not at all whatsoever. It's just more like I would have never been able to get redirected to start the podcast. I wouldn't have been redirected to refine myself and figure out what it is that I do like, that I don't like, what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy, what I see valuable in me and others, and what I value in life. So it was that was beautiful. That was great. The road trip is over. Now we're getting ready for the next one. Pretty much on the next one already. So if you want to practice getting back into your dark feminine energy, some of the things I do are, 1, affirmations. Like always, love these. I am calm in the chaos. When things are not going my way, when things are a little scary because they're uncertain and they're new and I haven't been here before, I am the calm in the chaos. My silence is powerful. I like that one. I like saying that one. That's the one I practiced this year a lot. My silence is powerful. No more explaining. The affirmation for that is, my silence is powerful. My desires are divine instructions. My desires are divine instructions. I am magnetic, mysterious, and safe to be seen. I am magnetic, mysterious, and safe to be seen. I'm not for everybody, and not everybody is for me. And that is perfectly okay. I don't chase, I attract. You don't chase, you attract. You don't beg, you embody. It's something you deserve. It is yours. It is a given. The dark feminine is the moment you realize you were never the girl trying to prove herself. You were always the goddess everyone else felt around. Here's one of the journal prompts that I have, and it's going to be a simple one. This is a 7-day challenge journal, just to remember who you are. Remember that you have all of this energy inside you as a woman. If you don't feel it, that's just because you haven't practiced using it in a while. So for me to help me reconnect with that dark side of me, or that energy of like, I am worth it. I am the shit. I got this. I am valuable. I did a little 7-day challenge, and day 1, the lesson is you've always been powerful. You just forgot. So that's the day 1. The journal prompt goes like this. Where did I give my power away, and why? And then what you want to do is you want to speak your name out loud 10 times. Vanessa Ruiz. Vanessa Ruiz. When I first started doing this, my name sounded horrible to me. Now I love it. It has a ring to it. I've learned to love Vanessa Ruiz. And the affirmation for the day is, my presence is power. My truth is sacred. Day 2 is the art of stillness, and it's pretty much just letting your presence be the power, and so forth. So that's my 7-day challenge. If you're interested, let me know. That's my little 7-day challenge that I had to do for myself so I could reconnect with this version of myself, because it is not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. Working on yourself is the best thing you could ever do. Men, women, everybody. Another thing that I've learned to do as I remember to step back into my dark feminine power is hold myself accountable for my goals, for my dreams, for my desires, for my standards. Like if I didn't go to the gym, for example, yesterday, what was it, Friday? Yes, yesterday was Friday. My goal was to go to the gym Friday before my son got here. I didn't get to go to the gym before he got here. So even though I had family over, I said, hey, my son's taking a nap. I told myself I was going to go to the gym. You're more than welcome to join me, or I'll see you when I'm done. Before, I would have felt guilty to leave them, that I wouldn't have gone. That I would have been like, oh, I can't go now because they're here. Nope. My goal is to go to the gym. I have to hold myself accountable. You're more than welcome to come. No, he's like, it's cool. You can even leave the baby. Okay, perfect. They didn't know that these were my goals. They didn't know that I had these schedules set for myself. Only I did. I don't have anywhere to be. I don't have a boss telling me you have to do X, Y, and Z. But I know that I want to do this because I know I want to be better. So holding myself accountable to my schedule is embodying my dark feminine energy. Saying, hey, I am going to record on this day. I'm going to edit on this day. And I'm going to make sure I work on the journals on this day. Is me holding myself to that standard. Oh, I love going out to drink. I love going out for lunch. I love hanging out with my friends. And sometimes it could get hard. It could be very hard, like sticking to that standard. But if you want to be a high valued woman, you need to value your time so that other people value your time. Don't call me on this day because I'm doing this. Call me after. It's not a mean thing. It's not. It's going to help, like I said, people respect your time, and you respect your time makes you a high valued woman. The first person that calls and says, hey, you want to get a drink? Especially if you're dating and if you're learning to get back into the dating scene. Honestly, it's different, but it's not. The dating scene is different since I remember it. However, the way I show up as a woman is not. It could be 2000 or it could be 2030. The way you show up as a woman does not change. 1, do what you want. Do it on your terms. Respect your time. My mom did this for us when we were younger. Everyone's parents would let them do everything all the time. My mom wouldn't. No, you went yesterday. You're not going today. Well, everyone's going. I'm not everyone's mother. Like, we had a pool in the apartment complex, and she would only let us go to the pool every other day. So if you go to the pool today, you can't go to the pool tomorrow. So choose your time. My friends are going today. Okay, well, then you can't go tomorrow. And your cousins are coming tomorrow. So do you want to go with your friends or do you want to go with your cousins? I was like, oh, okay, I want to go with my cousins. So then I would tell my friends no. I would go with my cousins, or vice versa. And that taught me how to, me value my choices, and at the same time, make other people value my choices. So when I did go to the pool, for example, all the little kids would be like, oh my God, you're at the pool. And they would all go because I don't always get to go. So it was even a better time. We had a better time. And they would always tell me, like, tell your mom to let you go to the pool. At the same time, I learned not to ask my mom on days that I couldn't. If it was a weekend, maybe I would get away with it. But if it was like, if I had just gone yesterday and my friends were like, tell your mom to go today. Nope. I already knew. I wouldn't even ask. I just like, I went yesterday. But I will go maybe the next day. Okay, we'll hang out with, like, it was like a thing to look forward to. Because it wasn't always available. If anyone can get it, then it's not of high value. Yet if the selected few can get it, the value just went up. But no one's going to understand your value until you give yourself that value amount. I don't want to say price tag because you're not an object, but you know how valuable you are. And you know what you're going to accept and you are not going to accept. And if you want to start receiving more, whether it's out of your partner, out of the universe, out of the world, out of your coworkers, then you need to start raising your standards. Okay? I love this one. I hope you guys love it. I hope you enjoyed it. Like always, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, share with a friend, anyone who needs to hear it. If you enjoyed it, let me know that you're listening by sending me a purple heart or a unicorn. And remember, unicorns do exist. You're listening to one. Bye.